speaking a while, but let me just double check.
Did he look? See what he looked like in there?
Do we?
She already did.
Oh, she took care of it. We'll be with you in a moment, everyone.
No, we're
It's
live.
live.
We've been.
Oh, I know. Oh, we're live.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Oh, snaps! Let's do this thing. Hey, everybody.
So, what's your week? Well, every time I drive by these salon, I just see all the work that's done. It's pretty amazing.
It's amazing
What's
how
that?
much, how much pride these people take in their work at this place. Like they all have said in one way or another that this is their favorite job they've worked on. They know what the building stands for. They love the animals. I showed you how one guy even got the crosses tattooed on his arm. You didn't see that?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
He took a picture
That
of
was
it and took
incredible.
it to his tattoo
Yeah.
artist. So it's just like they just feel peace when they're here. They just love being here. It's crazy.
People say that all the time when they would come into our home, when people were looking at our house when we were selling it. People would say, the moment I walked through the doors, there was just a peace in this house.
Even delivery people send her messages when she orders from whatever Instacart or even Amazon people. They leave notes or they'll. It's just so funny.
Yeah, this is John.
I wore them last week too. They're just like the blue
Just
light.
listen.
Yeah, I
There's-
wear them from time to time.
Yeah.
It helps with like when I do emails.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
Noelle does that too. It
Yeah.
helps her to keep her from getting a migraine
Exactly.
when she's at the computer too.
And you know
What
that,
about your week?
You know that blue light PB also prevents you from going to sleep.
Yeah, I've read that.
Really?
The blue light prevents you from going to sleep as well. I have a setting on my phone after like 6 or 7 o'clock. The iPhone takes the blue light away.
It gets like warm.
It
Yeah, I've
gets
seen
warm.
that.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that, huh?
But you asked how my week was, my past week,
Yeah.
my week so far.
Your week so far. Let's do
My
that.
week so far has been great, PB. We had the teens come out to the church yesterday. We're helping out some renovations and helping out the church and stuff like that, painting things up. Great too. I was in Disney, so.
You were in Disney.
Yep. Yeah.
You were in that woke world. How did
Along-
you survive? How did you survive?
No, we went to Magic Kingdom, and then we hopped around a little bit. Went to Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and then we spent 2 days at Universal Studios, and then spent the last day at Hollywood Studios. But we really went to Magic Kingdom because we wanted to get on the new Tiana ride. Tiana, the princess, the Black Princess, because they gave her own ride. Why do you make that face?
Did you wear a tiara?
No, but I wanted to. But I did not enjoy the ride at all. I thought it did her a disservice.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't inclusive to the movie at all.
Was it a long
It's been
line?
so long since. I'll tell you, the last time I was at Disney, Joel had 104 temperature. He was just a little kid. We had to push him in a wheelchair, and it's the best thing ever happened because we went to the front of every line.
Wow.
Is this in Disney?
Yeah. It was so goodness. He was
Those
just a
lines
kid
are
anyway.
so painful and brutal.
Oh,
aren't
so
they?
yeah, we
And expensive now, I heard.
Even the fast pass. The only way to not have a line is they have a VIP tour guide, and it's like
yeah.
I want to say it might be $600 an hour.
Now it's back.
House back on. We're just clearing out. We're going to close the storefront, keep an online presence, and that's been our week. Woo, a lot of work.
Stressful, right?
Oh yeah, just pulling stuff out of the basement.
How
taking
far
things
you
off the
done?
wall,
Maybe how much
calling
more
everybody. Nothing to do.
I switched the Wi-Fi to a different Wi-Fi. Let's see if that's better.
You do that all
Okay.
No, it says not good, and it's crazy. But we're on. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, welcome to Hijack Life Live, where we have terrible internet service and believe that God rescues the dreams that have been shattered
that one.
by the cruelties and injustices of life aka the other BU.
Yes.
What is our subject today, Pastor Bruce?
Well, this is the third week we've been on this season, or this series, What Does Heaven Look Like? Last week we began to look at what will we do in heaven, or eternity. I think Samaj used the word heaven for all of his
For Instagram.
teens. They're on Instagram they're following. But it is synonymous, heaven and eternity, in a real sense.
Mhm.
And so this week, what will we do in heaven? We're going to continue it. And I thought what we do is something a little different than we did last week as we finish this up. We didn't define any of the words. So what does it mean to serve? What does it mean to work? We didn't look at rest. But what does it mean to rest in eternity or heaven, or even on earth? What's it mean to rest? You know what I mean? So I thought, we looked at all these things that we're going to be doing in heaven. Fellowship. We're going to actually look at food today, but we eat in heaven. But we're going to look at all these things and just say, okay, what does it really mean? So that's what we're going to do. And so let's look at, we said last week, right? That we will worship. So what does that mean? So worship is the reverential response of creation to this all-encompassing magnificence of God. In the Old Testament, worship encompassed a variety of activities, bringing forward an offering to God as an act of worship. Bowing down in the presence of God was an outward display of an inward attitude of reverence towards the Creator. And I do like that. If you go to a Catholic church, as they come in, they will bow and cross themselves. Some people may say, oh, that's traditional, or that's just, it's Catholic. But I do think it's an act of reverence. And whether it's done just out of tradition, or some people do it because they're sincere, it expresses the fact we're bowing before God. Who's
Sure, I've seen people, if there's a car accident and somebody sees the accident, they'll bless themselves because they're calling out to God for that person. They don't even know that's in an accident.
Yeah. For instance, the verb rum could indicate that a person was lifting up or exalting God with praise.
Rum?
Yeah, R-U-M.
For punch.
Whatever it is, it exalts somebody, lifts somebody up, right? And then the verb halal could be used to designate the act of celebrating God.
That's the name of the falafel truck in Philly.
Halal food.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, I know people named halal. Muslims named.
Pete, you ever had a halal platter from Philly?
No, is it good?
Oh, it's like almost
Philly,
6
New
bucks.
York, everywhere. It's good. It's just like falafel and hummus and like
It's really
Mediterranean.
good. Yeah. Pete, you get like lamb over rice for like $6, and it comes with a drink.
Well, I'm telling you, the best food I ever had was in Palestine. Everything was fresh. The fish, the vegetables, the hummus.
That's how it is in the whole Middle East.
Yeah, it was awesome.
We're the only country that wants to kill people with food.
Oh, isn't that the, you know what? So all the college kids are coming in where we live. I had to say to my wife, Lord have mercy, but almost 90% of these kids are overweight. I mean, hugely overweight. And it's our diets.
I'm laughing just for
But isn't it true? Like, look at our teenagers.
Mm.
When I was a teenager, we were skinny. All of us were skinny.
Mm-hmm.
There were fat kids. I'm just telling you, there were no fat kids. And I'm looking at all these college kids, and it's like, whoa, man, what are you going to look like when you're 45 or 50? You're way overweight. It's your food. It's a diet. And do you know what the autism rate is now compared to what it used to be?
It's really
It's high.
It's
Yeah.
really high.
It was like 1 out of 10,000. Now it's like 20 out of, 80 out of 1,000 or
So
something.
do you
It's
think
crazy.
there's something in the food, Peter?
I do.
You-
And I think it's all these shots too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, Hebrew word, we're looking at Zamar, which means singing. We're looking at Abad, which means serving God. So, that's what it means to worship. So, Gianna.
We will fellowship.
Yeah. What do you think that means, fellowship? What do you think?
Getting together with your family and friends and worshiping.
So we're going to have family and friends in heaven?
Yeah. Hang out, eat some good food, and worship Jesus. Right?
What do you think?
Fellowship?
Yeah.
You like, when I think of fellowship, I think of just people coming together and just celebrating life. Just celebrating their company, celebrating all that God has done. It's just a coming together.
But that is a very religious or Christian word. What the world doesn't say, oh, we're going to get together and fellowship tonight. I mean, they don't use that word. What do they use? Party, right?
Hang out.
We're going to party or hang out or something. But it's a word that we use in Christian terminology. So, how does the Bible define fellowship?
Well, the Bible doesn't provide a detailed answer about whether people will eat food in heaven, but there are some relevant observations and speculations. First, we have glorified bodies. Therefore, people won't need food in heaven. That stinks. But they will have glorified bodies, so most likely they won't have to worry about digestion or discharge.
Well, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
It's a great.
Jesus consumed food. Jesus ate food in his glorified post-resurrection body.
So that if he ate food in his post-resurrection body, then most likely we're going to eat food, right?
You would think.
Yeah.
A heavenly New York strip.
Oh,
That's great.
So good.
yeah. I want a fillet
I want
or bronzino. Go ahead.
the tree of life in Revelations 2:7. The Lord promises, "I will give the right to eat from the tree of life, which is in the paradise of God." So then we are going to eat.
I would think so, not unless that's totally figurative, but I don't think so.
Yeah. The Millennium Kingdom in Mark 14:25. Jesus refers to eating and drinking in the kingdom.
Yeah, you say that when you do the Lord's table. Do this and remember to me. You won't do this again until I return or until you see me in heaven.
Well, that's not part of my script.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Do you remember that passage where Jesus says,
Mhm.
I won't do this with you again
Right.
until we're in the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So that means we are going to eat and drink in the kingdom because we're going to do it again,
Yeah.
just not on earth.
Well,
You need to put that in your script.
I was saying, Uncle Barney said that's not on my script.
2026.
manna. They often complained about eating manna, but apparently the Bible describes manna as a wafer-like cake. How exciting is that?
Oh, yeah.
And it says that it is food of angels.
So the angels
Hey,
only eat
listen,
cake.
if you ate that stuff for 40 years, you'd complain too, wouldn't you?
Darn right.
Like, how come we don't have any meat or leeks or capers? Then we had all that stuff in Egypt. Now we're eating this.
Now we're eating bread all
We
day.
blessed on them, but God wasn't too happy to take the plate. He
Oh,
never
yeah.
likes it when you mumble and complain. Go ahead, John.
Psalm 78:24. He rained down manna for the people to eat. He gave them the grain of heaven. 25 human beings ate the bread of angels.
No, 25 is the verse here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Human beings ate the bread of angels. I thought it looked weird. He sent them all the food they could eat.
So look at that. They ate in the wilderness.
Mm.
Now, what about serve? We talked about, say, we're going to serve,
Mhm.
all right?
Well, I mean, we will serve. We are going to serve, and the Bible uses the term serve in many ways, including to work for. In the Bible, serve can mean to work for a master or to help people. To serve God, the Bible teaches that people should serve God, and that serving God is a spiritual act of worship. To serve a process, that is a cause. 3 is to serve others. In the Bible, serve can mean to help or assist others. 4, to serve in the church. In the Bible, serve can mean to perform tasks of service in the church, which is prayer, greeting, an usher, an altar worker, maintenance, teaching, nursery, run lights, sound, projection, praise team, band, food pantry, missions, lawn maintenance, and the list goes on.
Yeah.
But we will serve.
Talking about serve, do you need help for your banquet? Or are you all set?
No, we can always use tears in the charity.
So we will work in heaven.
Yeah.
You want to take this since your
Sure.
boy's not here?
Yeah, the Bible's definition of work includes some of the following ideas. The Hebrew word avoda is translated both work and worship in the English Bible. Work is a gift from God. Work is a part of God's plan for humanity and is a gift that people were created to do. Work is good. Work has an intrinsic, whatever the heck that means, value.
Deep set seated.
So why don't you say work has a deep-seated value and is not evil?
Forgive me for the vocabulary.
Work is a means to fulfill purpose. It's a way to sustain life, make discoveries, and provide for basic needs. Work is connected to love. Work is connected to love for one another's neighbor and the kingdom of God. Work should be done. The Bible condemns laziness and speaks highly of work. Work should be for God's glory. When our work is done for God's glory, it's an act of worship. Work is also a way to model Jesus as he served others. We do the same, serve others and serve God. We will do all these things in heaven.
Remember when Jesus said, if you give but a cup of cold water in my name, you'll receive a reward? So like I know some people that assist in school, they're like teachers' assistants, and sometimes they feel like, oh, all I do is chase these kids around and all. And I say, well, if you do it for him, you sharpen a pencil. It's worship.
Right.
The question is, who do we do it for? And whenever we do it for ourselves, we're always going to come up short. Somebody screwed us over, they didn't treat me right. We'll start to grumble and complain. But if we do it for him, there's no grumbling or complaining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So the question we asked last week is, will we rest? Isaiah 57:2 said, those who walk uprightly enter into peace. They find rest as they lie in death. We read in Revelations 14:13, then I heard a voice from the heavens say, blessed are the dead who die in the Lord from now on. Yes, says the Spirit, they will rest from their labor, for their deeds will follow them.
Yes, this is referencing those who are saved through the tribulation.
Got it. So there will be work in heaven, but there will also be rest. We never seem to get it right here on earth. Isn't that the truth?
Woo.
We either work too hard or don't take enough time for rest, or we lounge around and get too much rest. Then we don't feel fulfilled in our work. But when we find the perfect balance, when we get into heaven.
All right, let's talk about that for a moment. So, Gian, you're a mother. You have a young child. You work at the salon. You go to church. How do you balance work and rest? Can you even do that?
Not quite.
What do you do for rest? I know you work, a lot of hours. You oversee, you help with charity, you do the salon. So where do you find rest, if you find any at all?
I guess at nighttime, but the baby's in a phase right now teething, so he's up every couple hours. So
it's hard to find.
Yeah.
How about you? I mean, you're a driver, so do you even find time to rest?
Not really.
You used to go on vacation every once in a while. Do you do that anymore?
Not since construction.
How about you?
I rest. I have like a scheduled rest. You know what I mean? But sometimes I think I could rest more. I know I need to rest more. I mean, on top of just balancing church and still doing entertainment work, it's a lot. You know, and a lot of my gigs, like, they're really high-end gigs. A lot of times they're an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours away.
Wow, one way.
Yeah, one way. So like, for example, PB, like, say if I have a mitzvah coming up this Saturday, it could be all the way up in like, let's say Patterson. It could be all the way up in Patterson. That's like 2 hours away.
Yeah.
So got to get there, got to drive 2 hours, and you got to get there probably like 3 hours before or 2 hours before the party starts, set up for the party, do the party, then break down the party, and then drive 2 hours back home. And I do that almost every weekend.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So going to Florida last week was rest.
What about you, Pastor Bruce?
Good question. I find I'm a worker, so I can't do nothing. That just drives me.
Yeah, that drives me insane.
Every once in a while, I can chill out on something on Netflix, like Habala or whatever that is about the Vikings. That's cool. I'll chill out and watch 3 in a row or something. Vakala, I think it's pronounced. But anyway, my time in the morning with the Lord is really where I find my rest. So now that I'm not driven by a schedule other than my own, I'll read my Bible, and then I'll literally walk and pray. So I'll walk for an hour, and I'll pray for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then I'll answer phone calls. And that's very restful for me. So I'll walk about 3 miles every day. So that's what I've been doing.
And everyone's rest is
60
different.
minutes.
That's good.
And if Cheryl and I can find time to do a little something together, that's rest.
But I'm glad you said it though, PB, because like everyone thinks that rest is just sleeping or laying down. Like rest is different for everybody.
Jack Hyles, and you should bring him up because of the criticism that they made of him. But Jack Hyles used to say, rest is anything that you don't normally do. So like for a guy who works a 55-hour work week and he goes golfing on Saturday, that's rest.
Gotcha.
Because you're using your brain differently. You're using your muscles differently.
Yeah.
So it's rest in the sense that you're not doing what you routinely do every day.
Right. But
I thought that's a great definition.
Yeah.
Right? If you do something that you don't normally do, like, don't you find working the yard or something, don't you find that therapeutic?
I do, but we do it all the time, so that's why I disagree that it's not something we normally do. Like if somebody works all weekend, like John Weiss, he golfs every weekend, so that's his rest. But it's something O does every weekend. I'm sure a lot of people have something like that, especially golfers, for example.
Yeah, but that would be rest considering it does something other than that 40 hours a week.
Sure,
right?
Sure, yeah, definitely.
So what will we do in heaven? We will worship, we will fellowship, we will serve, we will work, we will rest, we will rule. So Gianna, let's talk about this. We will rule. I think that's pretty cool. Whoever thought that we would rule when we get to heaven?
I hope I can rule.
You know? We will. Watch this. Go ahead.
We read in Genesis 1:28 about the first man and woman. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air and over every living creature that moves on the ground."
Why doesn't something like an elephant that is beyond anything we could ever control, how do we rule over an elephant? We do. They put them in circuses. They do what we want to. Because God gave us that authority. Where if you believed in evolution, where would you find that? Really, the biggest and the strongest would rule.
Yeah. Natural selection, all
Yeah.
that is the laws of that, right?
You know, men and women were originally created to rule and reign over the earth.
Over the earth.
And in heaven we will rule and we'll reign with Christ over the new heaven and the new earth.
That was my next question. Like, will we get a chance to live what God intended for it?
Well, read the scriptures. Look at Revelation 3:21.
Well, for example, Jesus says in Revelation 3:21, "To him who overcomes, I will give the right to sit with me on my throne." Revelation 5:10 says about believers, "You have made them to be a kingdom and priests to serve our God, and they will reign on the earth." And again, we read in Revelation 22:4-5, "They will see his face, and his name will be on their foreheads, and they will reign forever and ever."
So every saint in some capacities going to rule. You know, in the beginning, God was given this so-called cultural mandate that man would rule over the earth and develop a God-glorifying culture. And we know that sin screwed that all up. But when God created a new heaven and a new earth, all that's going to be the way he intended it. Now, why did he put 7,000 years in between with screwed up man? I don't know. I mean, what lessons is he trying to teach us? What are we going to learn? What's he going to come back to? Was this all about him showing his humility, his grace, his character that's opposed to our selfishness? I don't know. You know?
But it ain't getting better, that's for sure.
No, not right now. It isn't.
Wow.
So do we have any comments?
From earlier, Joanne said the jabs and a lot of food is bioengineered. So that must have been in the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comment?
No, that's all.
All right. How about you? Have any thoughts?
I just think that this is really promising of what we're going to do in eternity.
Did you have any comments on your...
No comments on Instagram. Do you have it?
Yeah. Churchill said that there's no rest like a change in occupation. Wait, let's see. Hang on. Can only see TV. Yeah, that's because that's where my camera is. Sorry about that. If you're on Facebook or you can only see you on yours, right?
You can only see me.
Yeah, it's the way
you see a little bit of you,
works.
PB.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
But sorry about that. If you go on Facebook, that'll air about 12:30 to whenever we're done, and it's on there. We never delete it. You can go back and watch. Usually, when we finish this program, we'll have anywhere from 125 to 300 people that have viewed it. But by the next week, we'll have 4,000 to 5,000 people that viewed it. So you can come back and watch it. Just have to go to Facebook, go to Martino's page or mine, and it'll be there.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, remember to share this. Give somebody hope that there's definitely life after death for those who believe.
Amen.
And if you'd like a copy of today's transcript, you can just send a request, either message or make a comment. Also, this weekend, what's happening at the Gloucester County Community Church?
We have a guest speaker. last name is Smith, and I forget his first name.
Akeem.
Akeem.
Yep.
Where's he
Akeem
from?
Smith.
Where's he from?
Where's Akeem from?
He's one of.
Is he from Vegas? I honestly forget.
He one of Pastor Blake's circle. Sorry about that.
He's probably from Viva Las Vegas.
That's correct.
Don't forget, we have 3 Hijacked Life t-shirts
Yes.
available for sale. One says, live for Jesus, and even a bad day will be a good day. One says, why are you telling me that? And the back says, stop gossiping. My favorite one says on the front, make life count. And the back says, stop bitching, start blessing.
And by the way, our website is back up, finally.
Good.
But it's hijacked-life.com.
Got it.
But we'll put it on here and everybody will know and they can look it up and all these things will be there.
There you go.
All right.
You ready to close
We
out?
are.
All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3.
Live for Jesus, and even a bad day will be a good day.
Love you
bless you
guys.
guys.
Have a
Love
good
you all.
night.
Same time, same place.